Is it necessary to memorize all of the notes on the fretboard? Let me rephrase the question. Is it necessary to learn all of the notes on the fretboard? And the answer is yes. If you want to create beautiful music without thinking about where you are. Okay, so how do you do it? Well, there are a few different ways. For me, it was always chordal. It was never what's the note at the 5th fret of the B string, but where can I play this chord, and what are the notes surrounding that chord, and do that all over the neck. The obvious first step in this process for me was the cage system. And there are videos all over the internet about using the cage system, how to implement it, so on and so forth. But what was most beneficial for me was not just the shapes of the cage system, but the notes within the cage system. So those 3 notes that made up that chord. And then when I moved that across the neck and I found different shapes, I knew what those notes were. So now I had somewhat of a map of how to hit certain notes all the way across the fretboard. So for example, if I take the D major chord in a C shape and I think about the notes of that chord, I have D, F sharp, A, D, F sharp, and I can go up here and hit this A, back down, D, F sharp, I'm sorry, A, F sharp, D, A, F sharp, D. Now those 3 notes as part of that chord, regardless of how many times they repeat, are everywhere. It's here, it's here, it's here, it's here, and there are even more that I haven't mapped out. But just to show you, those 3 notes are, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 places that I've showed you on the fretboard, and they're the same note. So when you hit that D, no matter where you hit it, you know that F sharp's right there. F sharp, right? D here, F sharp here. It becomes a bit of a, oh man, it becomes a bit of an area where you understand, based on that one note, you know what's around it. So you're not memorizing frets. You're getting familiarity with connected notes that create a harmony or a melody together, as a bit of a map, rather than I've memorized what note this is here, but I don't know what to do with it. But if I combine it, now I can do something with it, and I understand how those notes relate to each other. The best guitar solos are chordal. The best melodies, harmonies, anything you've heard, this solo to Hotel California, it's chordal, right? All of those notes that they're hitting are harmonies with the chord they're playing. So they're not necessarily memorizing what note is there. They're recognizing where they are in the guitar and knowing what's available to them around that, whether that's an E note or whatever. Intervals are more important, and that's a whole nother video. So by understanding the context between the chords and the relationship, the context with the chords and the relationship of the notes with whatever chord you're playing over, and what's available to you there, across the neck, it's going to be way more beneficial to you than it has been to me. Let me rephrase. It's been way more beneficial to me personally than memorizing what note is at what fret on the guitar. So my advice, concentrate on chords for harmony and melody, and then understand the relationship of the notes surrounding that chord wherever that happens to be on the guitar. I hope this helps.